And we are live. Welcome to a live stream. This is going to be an Omad weight loss chat talking about how the metabolic switch literally changed my life. Like without the metabolic switch, I would not be here because I was severely depressed. I was severely overweight. I was severely in a lot of pain. And we're also celebrating 700K subscribers. And I'm just going to talk about my channel for a bit and why I started this YouTube channel. I started this channel back in 2020 as just a means to motivate others who were on a weight loss journey. And I was inspired to start my YouTube channel by watching Gracie's journey. She was like my number one like weight loss um, motivator. And back in the day when things were cool with weight loss YouTube and it wasn't saturated with garbage, like the top weight loss YouTubers were the ones who were like actually losing weight. And I just fell in love with Gracie's journey and her love of fitness and all of that. And I just wanted to be that person for someone else. I just wanted to be there and motivate people and to hold myself accountable. I just wanted to do it for fun. And then it just snowballed and snowballed. And I'm like, you know what? I saw other YouTubers around me who started their channel in 2020. Their channels were blowing up. A few of them went viral. And I thought, maybe this is a possibility for me to just like actually, because it's something I wanted to always do, like to help people with fitness, like create a fitness group no matter what I was doing. But maybe this can actually be something that I can do like forever. Like, because I'm so passionate about fitness and exercising and health. And I struggled with my health for so many years. And this journey has been wild. If you look at my first YouTube video, I was probably sitting at 220 pounds. I explained how I lost 60 pounds. Hey, Julie, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here. Thank you. Thank you. You've been a part of that success, and I appreciate you being here, watching my videos, supporting me, giving me tips, helping me out on my own journey. And that's another thing. When you create a community, like we can both help each other out. Like I learn from you guys all the time. And I love learning from you guys. I love watching other people's fitness journeys. I love watching other people get healthy. I love watching people just rock it in the gym, people who've been overweight all their life and they're like crushing it. Someone who I want to like mention is Lose Weight Sarah. Like I remember watching her journey. I'm not sure. I think she started her channel around the same time I did. There was a whole bunch of us in 2020 because you know what happened in 2020. And I remember watching her going around the track, and then she ended up getting weight loss surgery, VSG, and now she's like building muscle and she's in her 40s and she's a mom. And I just love her. And I just love how she's like leveling up in that way. And she's lost a ton of weight thanks to her weight loss surgery. And I just want to like, I'm just so passionate about this stuff. Okay. I just love fitness and I truly want to help people. Fitness gave me light in the dark. It was the one thing when I was like really depressed and all of that. Hi, Joseph. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you. Thank you so much. Like 7,000 subscribers may not seem like a lot to some people, but for me, with what I went through with this channel, with dealing with a negative subscriber growth literally for 2 years straight, because I got a shout out from a viral YouTuber that was just like a channel. Like I am grateful for that shout out because I went from 999 subscribers to 3K overnight because of her. And I'm so grateful for her. It was Beatrice Caruso. And I'm sure she didn't mean any harm, but I learned from someone else that when someone like shouts out your channel in that way, as opposed to shouting out your channel by doing like a video on it and talking about their journey and all that, it can hurt their channel. Especially when someone like 2020 was a crazy year. Let's be honest. It was just a crazy year. But I've also gotten shout outs by Louise's journey and I appreciate her. She's helped me out. I think I got like 400 subscribers from her. And I love Louise. I've been following her on Instagram. I don't even know how I connected with her. And she's one of my biggest weight loss inspiration as well. She's her and I have the same stats. She's hot. She's like, we're both the same, 5'7" and 3/4. And she actually did a bodybuilding show and it's like something I want to do. And I'm just really passionate about it. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I appreciate you guys being here. This makes me so happy because I want like what I found with fitness. Literally, I want other people to find this. And when I say fitness, I mean fitness in mind, body, soul, fitness and health. Like for years, I struggled with depression. I struggled with not wanting to be here on this earth for years because I was in so much chronic pain after giving birth to my son, and doctors had no answers. And all I wanted to do was exercise after giving birth to my son, and I couldn't. I was in so much pain, and I was like 25 years old. I'm like, why am I in this much pain? Why can't anyone figure it out? It took a hospitalization and me being severely depressed for the doctors to really take me seriously. And that's when I met a physiatrist that changed my life, introduced me to a pelvic floor physiotherapist. Like, we know what's wrong. I'm pretty sure what is wrong with my body. When I gave birth to my son, my iliopsoas tightened up. So it twisted. There was an injury to it. If you don't know, the psoas is a major part of your body. It's like it runs from like the lumbar spine to your hip, and it stabilizes your core. It also stabilizes organs like the kidney and all of that. So to have that muscle not work, it caused a catastrophic downplay with just pain in my back and in my legs and my hip. And oh my gosh, just getting introduced to my pelvic floor physio and her healing me and me being able to start exercising again. That's when I felt normal. When I would exercise, I was not in pain. When I was eating right, I felt better. I was literally losing my mind. I was just not there. I didn't want to go out in public. I was afraid to be around people. It was so bad. Like, I feel like I lost my 20s, but honestly, I had to go through that. And instead of letting that situation define me and defeat me, because I could have let it defeat me and I could still be pushing 300 pounds or even more, and I could still be like unhealthy, and I can be on a plethora of medication and just comatose. But I told myself, you know what? I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep being resilient. There has to be answers. So I worked on my mindset. Another shout out to Eddie Pinero. His work helped me out a lot. His spoken word poetry, watching his channel, watching him grow. I was introduced to him in around 2015, listening to his content all the time. He talks about he talks about being resilient. He talks about, finding yourself outside of your situation. And then from Eddie Pinero, I just spiraled to other like motivational speakers, Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, and now I'm into the spiritual realm, Eckhart Tolle and Joe Dispenza, who's really helping me out a lot right now. And just learning about trauma and all of that stuff and healing from within. And I just want to be like, my middle name is Joy. My mom named me Daniela Joy. I have my last name. I don't know if I ever said it on this channel. And I am a happy person. I am just a person that's just happy. And I just want to get back to that default. And it's been hard being in a very tough situation, being in a situation that I wish upon nobody, just with my health making me deteriorate. I couldn't be the person I wanted to be. Like all my life, what I wanted to do, I wanted to be a person that was like independent on their own. I wanted to have like my PhD. I wanted to be that boss woman and all of that. And I couldn't do that because I was so comatose. But with that journey, it led me to fasting. It led me to keto. And that's when I got introduced to Dr. Mindy Pals by now Michaela Peterson, because I saw her story going viral, how she was ill and dealing with tons of inflammation. Like her story, like that girl, she's made a good life out of herself. And she's an inspiration to me. Like, look at her. Like what she's went through ever since she was like 2 years old, being diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, being put on like antidepressants at like a very young age, and all of that. Like people like that freaking inspire me. Like my injury is like nothing in comparison to what people have gone through. But that's my passion in life. And I want to show people that they can overcome whatever is in their life. Like if you got a ton of weight to lose, you can do it. If there's trauma behind that weight, fight. I've been in therapy since 2013, off and on. It took me years to really find someone that can click. It's hard to find a good therapist, trust, but don't give up. Like I had a therapist once like threaten to like take away my kid because of something very stupid. Basically, I'll just share the story quickly. So how certain cultures, I'm from the Caribbean culture, my mom's Caribbean, and corporal punishment was a thing, and I'm sure other cultures did that. Like it happened, like corporal punishment, meaning like getting spanking. And for some reason, this cuckoo psychologist I saw back in Toronto, of course, Toronto, was like, because my son was being watched by my mother. And for some reason, she thought my son was in danger because my mom did corporal punishment on me, that it would happen to him. I'm like, no. And then it was like a whole debacle. Then I told my other therapist, and then like I got shunned, and I was like, I don't want to do therapy ever again. But I've been through a lot, but it doesn't matter. You can overcome. There's more things. I'm not going to go into detail about the trauma and stuff. That's a hard thing to talk about. I don't know how women go out and talk about that stuff, but that's something I don't think I can ever talk about. But just know that no matter whatever you've been through in your life, you can overcome. And that led me to the Metabolic Switch. Dr. Mindy Pelz, who just hit 1 million subscribers. I've been following her work since 2019. I learned about blood sugar from her. And it wasn't until now that things started evolving. Like, we understood that keto and fasting helped people, but we didn't understand why. We didn't, like, the terms metabolic switching and stuff, that only started coming out like recently. And like, I always knew these diets worked, but I didn't get why. And it wasn't until, with everything coming out, because more and more people are learning about fasting, more and more people are using fasting, Omad, to help reset their body. And I just want to talk about the metabolic switch and literally how it changed my life. My weight loss journey, like, just very quickly, started off at 282 pounds, lost 10 pounds doing the common sense diet. So that's basically, whole wheat foods, getting rid of garbage food, like the common sense diet, just eating healthy. Like, what does a healthy diet look like? Eat some salad and some chicken and eat like whole wheat crap, that kind of stuff. I did that. Then my weight just stalled at 272 pounds, and it was not moving at all. Hey, Fire, welcome to the live stream. Welcome. Congrats on 7,000. Many more to come. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I love seeing your little emojis and you popping up on my live stream, and just not even my live stream, my videos. Like, I appreciate you. Just know that. Send you mad love. So what was I talking about? Metabolic switch. Oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. It will come back. But I don't know what I was talking about. But basically, my weight loss, 272 pounds, nothing was happening. And then that's when I saw Mikhaila Peterson's story, and she was not bragging, she was talking about the carnivore diet. And then that's when, I wear like extra large shirts. I wear shirts that, it's funny. This is a 2X sweater. I like having big sweaters when I work out. It helps cover things up and it helps me feel comfortable. Anyway, that's sidetracking. So what was I saying? Mikhaila Peterson introduced me to the carnivore diet. I tried it. It made me feel like crap. That's maybe something I should have learned back then. I did try it for like a day or two. I'm like, this is too much. And I remember her saying in her video, try keto. Like, keto would be fine. Like, some people just need to go carnivore. I just don't do well on the carnivore diet. I can't do it for more than a day or two. It just doesn't work for me. And then I jumped into keto, and I was just doing keto the way I thought keto could be done. So I was literally just leaving my carbs at 20 grams to 25 to 30 grams max per day. I wasn't counting protein or anything, and I still got results quickly because I probably put myself in the metabolic switch. Like, literally, I went from the standard American diet, which is the same as the Canadian diet. We do whatever the US does. Like, when it comes to like Health Canada and the FDA, like, it's the same thing. We're basically the same thing. We have all the American foods. So that happened, like, going from the standard American diet to keto, saw tons of results. And like, the beginning of that, I didn't understand how to properly diet. I didn't know how to properly diet back then, because when I lost the weight very quickly, I regained 30 pounds. And that happened after Christmas. This is the danger with keto. So I was like, I lost all this weight. I feel good. I was like at 220 pounds. And then I was like, okay, let me enjoy Christmas. And then, like, life is good. I can eat carbs again. Well, it was Christmas of 2019. I was not on YouTube then. I think I was on Instagram, but barely. And Christmas 2019, I ate all the foods. And let me tell you, that weight came back so quickly. The scale crept up to like 254 to 260 pounds. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I tried to do keto again, and I didn't know how to do it. Because again, I didn't know how to diet. And I want you guys to know, in your weight loss journey or your journey to health or fitness or building muscle or anything like that, it's going to be trial and error. You need to understand that failure is a part of the process. And I learned through my journey that, because I always thought when I failed, I thought it was impossible to succeed. I thought failure was detrimental. I thought failure was fatal, but it's not. Failure is where the learning opportunity happens. And even Joe Dispenza is saying that right now, because I'm learning to try to rewire my thoughts and to rewire my response to certain people in my life and toxicity and just negativity. I'm learning to rewire it when you have someone beating you down emotionally, just learning to not respond, because I respond in a way that's like tenfold, and that doesn't do any good for me. So when you feel that energy of wanting to like retaliate or respond or just like beat yourself up, which is what I usually do. I usually just beat myself up and I crush myself. I change the narrative. And I'm doing that, like learning from Joe Dispenza, and all that stuff that I'm learning from Joe Dispenza is actually being married with what I'm doing in therapy with my psychologist, who I see twice a month doing EMDR, which I can't wait to see soon, because she talked about this new EMDR she learned. And I'm like, that's exactly what Dr. Joe Dispenza was talking about. And I was like, this is crazy how science, like psychology, is starting to link up with spirituality. It's crazy. I feel like there's a new awakening going on. I feel like things are changing. So with all of that, I got sidetracked, but I see the chat. Hey, what up? How are you doing, man? Nice to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. Oh, you did Omad today. Steak, eggs, butter, and sauerkraut. Awesome. That is a beautiful Omad meal. Just let me explain why. He's got the sauerkraut. That's the fiber. That's the prebiotic right there. Or the postbiotic. The postbiotic. What do you call it? Picklized, or what's the name I'm looking for? Picklized. Oh my God. Fermented. Fermented foods are a postbiotic. And I learned this because I learned it from Mindy Pels. Everything I learned from Dr. Mindy Pels is because I was recently on antibiotics and I'm like, crap, I just ruined my gut health and I'm trying to restore my gut health. You remind me, thanks for sharing that, because I'm going to have some kimchi today. And basically there's prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic. Prebiotic is fiber. That's the food that you give to your microbiome. The probiotic is the microbe itself, and the postbiotic is like things like fermented foods. I forget what it is exactly, but it helps to support microbial function. And again, the gut microbiome is so important when it comes to metabolic health, okay? And this is why we are healing ourselves with fasting and OMAD and all this stuff, because when you fast, you help to starve out the bad bacteria. Yes, theoretically, some good bacteria will die out, but as you do it, like they've noticed that like the good bacteria, basically when you kill them all out and you start feeding your good bacteria with things like sauerkraut, things like pickles, things like kimchi, things like fiber, chia seeds, anything like that, you'll start to promote the good the good probiotics, the good microbiomes. And when you do that, the good probiotics, that's an oxymoron, because they're called probiotics, the good microbial in your system. And when you do that, you're supporting your system in so many ways. It's going to help you with your metabolism, your mitochondria, with weight loss, with satiety signals, with serotonin. Serotonin's produced in the gut. Like our circadian rhythm is dependent on two hormones, melatonin and serotonin. And a lot of people's serotonin and melatonin's all out of whack. So like taking care of your gut microbiome is a win for that. But that is a good OMAD meal. Because of that, he's got the steaks. Steak is good. Like beef just sits on my stomach forever. I love beef for an OMAD meal, and the eggs. You're getting the good omega-3s and all that. What an excellent meal. I love that. Good on you. That's gonna keep you full for a while. That is definitely. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's a lot of hard work. I had to go to daily uploads. I've been trying to do it. I was consistent earlier last year. Fell off a couple months ago because of health issues I was dealing with. Now I'm trying to do it again, but I'm throwing in way more live streams, and I'm going to try to make my regular videos short unless I'm doing a vlog. I do have a few vlogs in the running that I'm trying to get out. Those will be longer, but I do enjoy doing the vlogs, but they take too much time. So if I want to like be busting out content, yeah, but the daily uploads really helped my channel. Fermented, thank you. Yeah, fermented. That left my mind, but I got it. My first meal after, wow. Oh yeah, mealless Mondays. Way to go. That is amazing. So a 45-hour fast. Let's talk about the benefits of a 45-hour fast. You are obviously, your body starts producing ketones at about 10 hours, starts entering your bloodstream at 17 hours, 15 to 17 hours, and then autophagy starts to ramp up at 17 hours. 24 hours, you are getting the production of stem cells in your gut. So you're starting the gut repair there. So that's the beauty. And that's where the sauerkraut comes in, because he just literally like just produce gut stem cells. So you're going to go do that, and you're going to create an environment for your gut to harbor positive or probiotics. So there's that. And then you are getting mTOR being produced, muscle building, and all of that, the mTOR pathway. And fasting also, I talked about it in yesterday's video. HGH, that's what I'm talking about. Human growth hormone starts at 13 hours, and that just keeps going and going. Again, human growth hormone helps with weight loss, it helps with muscle building, and it helps with a lot of things. And then I talked about norepinephrine in there, and if you go watch my yesterday's video, I completely would have forgot what I talked about. But and then the 36-hour fast. Oh, what a fast. What a fast. 36-hour is the fat burning fast. That is the fast you want to do if you are in a weight loss plateau. There will be a live stream coming out and a video coming out about how to break your weight loss plateau if you're doing OMAD. I have plenty of ideas. Like, I've been through OMAD. I've had weight loss plateaus on keto OMAD, and I broke that. I had weight loss plateaus, and I wouldn't really call it plateau. The thing is with OMAD, you get so used to losing weight. When you don't lose weight, you freak out and you think it's a plateau. It's not. It's literally your body's just getting to that next level of fat burning, that next level of fat loss. And yeah, but that's pretty good. Pretty good on you. I just see another comment here. Oh, hello from Brazil. Welcome. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm doing OMAD and your videos are inspiring. Oh, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here on my channel. I love Brazil, love the culture, want to visit one day. I really, really, really do. But I'm so glad my videos are helping. It's cool that my videos are going out to more people around the world. I just had someone message me from Turkey. That was pretty cool. And I've had people from Korea, South Africa. That's cool, because I am a big, like, one of my passions in life is to travel. I want to meet people. I want to explore. Like, I've always been, like, at my school, like, I was born and raised in Canada, but I remember we would have a lot of, like, there's two moments. We had a lot of, like, immigrants from Eastern Europe. So I would always, like, befriend them. And I remember when I went to this camp I was at, we had a few students from China, and I always welcomed them, and they would, like, take me to, like, Pacific Mall. That's in, I don't even know if that mall still exists. That's back in Ontario. It's more of like a Chinese cultural mall. And I remember the girl telling me, she's like, I appreciate you always just welcoming us in, because they felt hostility from the other Canadians. And I'm just I'm a world traveler at heart. Like, that's something I really want to do. Like, when my channel, I'm speaking it to existence, and not just speaking it, I'm working my butt off. When my channel goes up, trust me, I will be traveling and setting up meetups and meeting people in person. Like, it's something I really want to do. But yes, OMAD is just incredibly powerful. But I want to talk about how OMAD is helping me right now, even though I'm not doing it. But let's explain something. So today I accidentally did a 2-MAD. Right now I'm building muscle. When you build muscle, you want to be eating throughout the day. However, I would not be able to do this if I did not do my year and a bit of OMAD. There is no way. OMAD literally helped correct me on multiple levels. It helped correct my satiety signals. It helped me deal with the physiological side of binge eating. So when it comes to binge eating, I think there's two sides, because I learned this while I was watching a stream with Omad Manny and the gentleman he had from Florida. So there's binge eating disorder, which is caused by trauma. And then there's food addiction, which is caused by basically fructose being put into everything, and fructose is damaging our mitochondria. When our mitochondria is damaged, it messes up our whole metabolism, the way we process fat, the way we store fat. We're just a hot mess. So that happens with that. So there's two sides of it. And I learned, it clicked in my head when Omad Maddie did the live stream with that, because he asked the gentleman, he lost a lot of weight. He was like 500 pounds and he got down, and now he's like a bodybuilder into fitness, a natural bodybuilder. And he asked the guy, he's like, did you have any significant trauma? And he was from a Hispanic family. And he's like, no, I just had a normal upbringing. You know, Hispanic families, we love to eat. It was just normal. He didn't have any trauma. And that's when it clicked in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's people who are becoming obese, and it's not just, there's no trauma involved. It's literally the physical dependent on like the fructose, the damaging of the garbage food and the chemical pies we're eating. So there's that addiction. And then there's the binge eating for people like me who's had the trauma, because I was like overeating foods when I was younger. And literally the fructose thing probably started in the 2000s. That's the, like where I grew up. It probably did, but it wasn't as extreme as it is now. I remember back in the day when Oreos tasted better. I had some Oreos like over Christmas and I threw them out, and I told my son he's never going to have them again. They're so gross. They don't taste like, they're disgusting. It's just like a chemical pie. And that's when it clicked in my head. Like there's the binge eating, people who have trauma, and then there's physiological. So obviously the people who struggle with binge eating, they're going to have the physiological trauma as well. So like the physiological dependence. So that's where the food addiction comes in. So on my journey, it made me realize, because I work hard on my mental health. Like I always preach about it. Mental health is everything. This weight loss journey and this journey to fitness and health is not just a physical journey. I learned from me screwing up on my weight loss journey, because when I first lost weight quickly, I did not do any physical, like mental training, no mental health help. I did not deal with my emotions or anything. I was just focused on losing that weight, doing whatever possible to lose the weight. Then I regained weight, and then I realized I was hating myself into losing weight. I was hating myself into weight loss. And that was an unhealthy relationship that I was having. And then I told myself, okay, you know what? You need to start loving yourself into losing weight. And that's why I created Self-Love Fit and the whole lot. Because like I do struggle with all of that stuff, which I'm totally working through right now with my amazing therapist in EMDR. Childhood trauma can mess you up. A lot of us have childhood trauma. A lot of us do. I'm not here to I'm not here to play the victim or anything. Yes, what happened to me in my childhood and my early adulthood is not my fault, but it's my responsibility to heal myself, because if I heal myself, I'm able to, like, when you work on healing yourself, you inspire others to do the same for themselves. You can show other people that they can do it too. It's literally a kind of like a expanding thing. You're sharing it with other people. It's not a selfless thing. Like I know social media and Instagram has turned it into, oh, it's all about you, but like, it's not narcissism. There's a difference between narcissism and self-love. There's a way of you like taking care of yourself and healing yourself to better yourself so you can better the people around you. And there's narcissism where you want to help people just to make yourself look good. There's two different things there. So yeah, there's a little blurred line with that. Someone was talking about narcissistic personality disorder the other day, but anyway, I'm not going to get down that rabbit hole. But yeah, so that's when I started learning, like on my journey with that with me, there was the binge eating aspect, which I was working on. And I was like, okay, I feel good mentally. Why am I still struggling with binge eating? So when I first started Omad back in September 2022, I screwed up. I told you the first month I had, I still lost 8 pounds. Like I say, like on Omad, if you're doing it right, your first month, you should expect to lose 12 pounds. Now, don't get married to that number. If you lose 8 pounds, that's still a win. If you lose less, it doesn't matter. A loss is a loss. But if you're doing Omad correctly, and if things are metabolically right with your body, and when I say doing Omad correctly, the way I did it, I started off with a 48-hour fast. I did a couple fasts that month too. I started off with fasting because fasting is a great way to just really get your body into a deep healing state. Like with no food or nothing, your body's depending on itself to get into a deep, deep healing state. So yeah, with Omad, I remember that. And I was like, mentally, I'm doing well. I started seeing my psychologist back then, but I was still struggling with binge eating. And that's when it clicked in my head, food addiction. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a because I feel like I need it. And I'm like I'm like an addict, like going on Uber Eats and looking for stuff. Or I would go, it was so bad. I would go to the store and oh my God, grab donuts and stuff. And then when I was getting coaching at the time by someone who running nameless, they're trying to get me to do junk food, Omad, and that brought up my cravings more. Like anyone who knows what they're talking about knows that junk food is the problem. Food addiction is real. There is a physiological dependence, and I see that on my weight loss journey. But what I wanted to say about Omad, after doing Omad for this long, there is no physiological dependence now. I literally, Omad, not just Omad, the fasting too, and the keto diet, literally none. I'm eating throughout the day. It's normal. Like today, another thing, Dr. Mindy Pelz talks about how metabolic health, a big sign of metabolic health is when you are able to go long periods without eating food. This morning, my breakfast, guess what it was? It was all carbs. Carbs in the form of oatmeal and creatine and a banana. I worked out and I was so busy, I just didn't have time to eat until like later. So I'm like, crap, I just accidentally did a too mad. And that's when I realized, wow, I'm healed. Because before this bout, I would be like, I just want more food. I would eat and I just want more food. So Omad helped me correct that. Anyway, I'm going to look at the chat right now because I've just been yakking away for a while. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Wow, chemical pie. Yeah, I heard someone say that. I think it was Jamal. It is. He was talking about pizza from Domino's and he looked at the ingredients. It's chemicals. It's not food. That's why this is my advice to anyone who wants to lose weight. Like your Omad meal was absolutely amazing because it was pure whole foods. Just go for whole foods. If you can read the nutrition label, it's a win. It should have, I think Dr. Mindy Pelz, like she threw out like 5 ingredients. If it had no more than 5 ingredients, it's a win. Some of them have long ingredients like the keto stuff, but if you can understand everything in there, it is a win. There might be a chemical name, but sometimes those chemical names is salt. Like it would be like sodium, like potassium something, and it would just be a salt preservative. That's not a big deal, but go walk down the aisles. It's dangerous. The only aisle I walk down at the grocery store is the organic health food aisle. I know Walmart has it. I'm pretty sure Walmart Canada is mirrored to Walmart of the United States. So like I will walk down the health food aisle because I want the keto breads. I like keto breads because of the fiber. They make me feel full and I just feel fine on them. For that, and like the pastas, like the new pasta, which is like the angel hair pasta that has 10 calories, or edamame pasta, or I want some organic sauce or something, or some canned goods. Maybe that I'll walk down and get some canned tuna. Tuna is great for building muscle because there's so much protein in it. It's just pure protein. Any of those, like you just got to be careful. Like what aisle would I tell you to avoid? Obviously the snack aisle. Don't go anywhere near the chips. Oh, and the pops. Maybe the water aisle, but the water aisle is sometimes beside the pop aisle because the water, you want some sparkling water, you know, with Omad. But yeah, it's literally just garbage. Just I want people to understand this, and I got to do a video on it. This reading nutrition labels, understanding the ingredients, understanding what you're putting in your body. If there's too many chemical names, or if you see glucose, fructose, or if you see added sugar, don't eat it. Just stay far away from it. More and more food companies are actually producing foods that don't have added sugar in it. So that's great. There's jams without added sugar in it. I don't know why someone would add sugar to apple cider vinegar because I had that happen to me once. I was not happy about that. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go look at the chat now. Good day, Daniela. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Australia. Wow. Good day from Australia. Good day, everyone. Yes, first time that I managed to catch a live. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. I'm so grateful to have you here. That is so cool that you're from Australia. Whereabouts are you from? Sydney, Melbourne, Perth. I know it's on the other side, but that's really cool. Australia is definitely a place I want to visit as well. Like such a beautiful continent / country. Oh, Australia. Like I was a big fan of Steve Irwin. He was my childhood. I wanted to be an ecologist and I wanted to study like reptiles and amphibian. Like that was my thing. That's what I was supposed to be, but was it? I don't know. As Joe Dispenza says, the purpose of life is to find your purpose. I'm trying to find it. Life is nudging me along the way, but welcome to the live stream. It's great to have you here. Beatrice Caruso just did a no added sugar for 22. That is amazing, and lost over 17 pounds. Good for her, because I know, is she still struggling with her weight loss journey? Because I know she's been at it for a while. See, that proves it right there. It's the fructose. Like, added sugar literally means, because when you add sugar, when they say added sugar, it's fructose glucose. You can't add it without glucose. They combine it together. It's like high fructose corn syrup. Good for her. I'm really proud of her. Like, I'm pretty sure she has a lot of metabolic damage. I'm pretty sure. So if she can just continue that and continue going down the rabbit hole, like, she may hit a plateau. And that's when she might have to switch things up. I'm really proud of her for doing that. That is crazy. That is freaking crazy. Oh, good for her. I gotta go check out her channel now. Good for her. That's amazing. That is super amazing. That's telling right there. It honestly is the added sugar, and they put it into everything. They sneak it into a lot of things. They'll sneak it into meat. And the reason why they do it, because they want food to taste good. Remember, food industry, it's an industry. They want you to spend money. Like, I go to Costco. It's so sad. Oh, Costco. I go there and I just grab a bunch of meat. But I see people's carts loaded with garbage. Like, there's people buying like tons like of protein shakes, and it just, like, protein shakes are fine, but you can tell they're not the person who goes to the gym and uses protein shakes. And then there's like other crap and like this and that, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just, people don't know. I don't fault anyone, and I don't judge anyone. I think people don't know. I don't judge anyone because I was there. I didn't understand. I was frustrated. And that's why you had people like in the fat positive movement being like, oh, counting calories doesn't work. Why do I don't want to go on the scale. I give up, because they don't understand what is going on. But to my surprise lately, a lot of people in the fat positive community are now starting to lose weight, because they're starting to realize that their life expectancy is like severely shortened. Being that morbidly obese will shorten your life expectancy. Like, I don't see a lot of people going past 60. I know tons of people, not tons, but I know of a few people who died in their 40s due to obesity-related diseases, or they were disabled because of it. So I mentioned about a woman that was a family friend, my mom's friend. She ended up going blind because of diabetes, and she's now in a home, and she's only in her early 30s. Honestly, listen, love your body, but love your body into health. Like, that is body positivity to me, is to love yourself into change. Not like I obviously, you don't want to go to the mirror and hate yourself and be like, oh, I hate this fat, blah, blah, blah. Like, Dr. Mindy Pell's talked about it. She's like, if you have some belly fat, look at it in this way. It's just your body being smart. Your body is literally storing those excess calories for later. That's all your body's doing. Your body is trying best to serve you. That's all. So she's like, look at it in that way. And, you can get rid of it by doing the things like fasting. Like, she's a big advocate on not beating yourself up with all of this. And she talked about that. And I loved how she talked about that in her video. Like, it is, and it helped me realize that. I'm like, okay, the fat in my stomach is literally, it's not my body's hating me. My body's just protecting me to, lose it. Like, it's just a protection mechanism. So that's how you should look at it, not like embrace unhealthiness. But like, there has to be a shift. There needs to be a change. I think people are only realizing it. And I love seeing people, especially on the weekend, who go to the gym, like, just getting it done. I had a girl come up to me at the gym on the weekend. It was so funny because I talked about my positive gym story with the girl trying to help me with my weights, and that was sweet. And then it came back to me in the reverse, and this woman comes up to me and she was like asking me how to use the stair mill. And and I was showing her, like, she stopped me in the middle of my workout. I was fine with that. It's fine. And I was talking to her and I was showing her how to use it. And I saw her and I smiled. Like the gym is a positive space. I know Julia Renee was talking about, she's an IFBB pro wellness, that there was a lot of negativity she was seeing at the gym and people just doing negative crap to other people. I don't know. When I'm at the gym, I'm in my own world. Today I was talking to myself a lot. Like, someone should just record me. I look insane. That scares away anyone from ever coming near me. No, I'm joking. But no, I talk to myself to coach myself through it because Marcella kicked my butt today. I don't know what the hell she did to me. Whew, but I'm happy I got through that workout. It was a great workout. But I just want everyone to know gym is a safe space. Like the commercial gyms, like, I go to Good Life Fitness. What do you guys have in the States? LA Fitness, Planet Fitness. What's that? There's Gold's Gym. There was actually a Gold's Gym that opened up by me. And I was considering going there, but I was like, nah, it's too far. I'm like, Good Life is everywhere. Why am I gonna go switch gyms? So I just, stayed there. But like the big box gyms are usually a safe space. Maybe I don't know if it's like the bodybuilder like gyms that people were acting like that. I don't know what Julia Renee was talking about in her story, but I was like, I've been having totally positive interactions at the gym. So yeah, the gym is like my safe space. It's my space. Like, again, it's where I prove to myself that I can overcome. It's the place where I am not in pain a lot. I might be grimacing, but I'm grimacing because I'm pushing myself to the limit. Sometimes I'll be in pain if I move the wrong way, but I just feel invincible and I feel unstoppable. And I'm just, even when I was in a lot of pain working out with like my whole knee thing. But yeah, I want everyone to go to the gym. I want everyone to, or something like the gym. It could be hot yoga. I need to do hot yoga. Anyway, I see people in the chat. Okay, I gotta look at the chat more. I suck. Yes, I love Steve Irwin. Oh, he's amazing. And when he passed away, I was so sad. I follow his kids, Bindi and Robert. Oh my gosh. Bindi went through a lot with her issues. She had like issues with endometriosis and whatnot, but she's doing better now. And I love seeing Robert. Robert reminds me so much of his father. Oh, I love Steve Irwin. I would go watch his old videos now. She is trying again, wants to lose 100 pounds. Okay, I wish her all the luck, and I hope she does it because she has an opportunity to do it. Her channel went viral. She's able to make a living off of this. She can crush it. And I believe a lot of her anxiety issues is probably due to the whole thing I just mentioned. The glucose fructose thing, no added sugar is a great thing. All of that, trust me, it messes up with your mental health so much, especially anxiety. One advice I would say to anyone based on my journey, work out to help with anxiety. It doesn't have to be the gym. Go for walks. Walking outdoors will help with anxiety and mental health. And even Dr. Mindy Pels did a video on it. I had notes about it. I want to do a video talking about it. But she says like scrolling on our phone, going up and down is just not good for our mind. But go on a walk, because when you go on a walk, you're not looking up and down, you're looking around. And that like brings in like, I don't know, there's like some kind of chemical effect to that. But yeah, when it comes to anxiety, exercise, but good for her. I really want her to succeed because I think she's like she's so funny. She really is. Hey Lisa, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here. Hey Daniela, so glad to catch you live. You're so kind. I'm getting shy now. You're looking fab these days. I like any palomini noodles from Walmart too. Yes. I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. I need a pronunciation. Let's go to Google. Thank God Google has pronunciation. I learned how to pronounce Ashko Wanga. I'm still screwing it up. This is how I learned how to talk when I was a kid. I went to speech therapy and it would do like pronunciations. Okay.
Ashwagandha.
Okay, now I'm gonna pronounce that one. I just need to hear it once and then my brain clicks on it. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna see. I already screwed it up. How do you pronounce? Oh, I see them. Probably in America it's different. I don't know if I've seen those ones here. Oh, there's no pronunciation. That sucks. But anyway. These are on Amazon. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was on Shark Tank. This, if you guys can see. Can you see? Oh, that's so cool. Oh my goodness. I can get a pack of 6 for $35. Is that cheap? Mind you, that's Canadian dollars. So let's say $25 American. Wow. Oh, that is okay. I need to try this. They don't have this at my Walmart. I didn't see that at Walmart here at this Walmart anyway. I can try a bigger Walmart, but that is so good. Only 4 grams of carbs. See, like that's another thing these days. It is so easy to be on a. Sorry, I'm making sure I didn't reveal my address. Sometimes it shows the postal code, and it just did, but we'll see what happens there. But anyway, sometimes, like, honestly, it's so easy now to eat healthy. Like, it is so easy to eat healthy. It really is. These days, it's so easy because there's things like this. I remember back in the day, this girl, I was trying to lose weight and she was talking about these angel hair pastas. I'm like, what does she mean by that? And it was so hard to get and it would be so expensive. Now foods like this is like plentiful. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Um oh ah okay. She's back trying. Oh, I saw that one. Demita Joe says, love your body into help. Wow, well said. Aw, yes. Thank you. It's true. You have to. You have to. You can't hate yourself into losing weight because that weight will come right back on. Louise Hay talks about that. How do you work out if you have a 8 to 5 p.m. job? What is the best time? That's hard for me. Okay, so when I was working, this is what I did. I know, like, you can do 2 things. For me personally, I was talking to my chiropractor about this today because I was like, when I go back to work, I don't know if I can do the evening. So if you have an 8 to 5 p.m. job, this is where you're going to have to prioritize a schedule. It's going to be hard at first, but it'll get easy. So when I was working on the tools, meaning when I was a plumber, I would start work at 8 a.m. p.m., 8 o'clock p.m. a.m. Sorry. I'd start work at 8 and I would be done 3 to 4. So I would wake up at around like 5 o'clock in the morning. I would do an hour workout from home. I was working out at home at the time. Finish, shower, get ready, go to work. So there are 2 ways you can do it. Working out before work, and I promise you, my chiropractor was talking about this today too. He works a full-time job. He was saying he finds it best, and I found it too when I was working. It's best to work out in the morning because then the rest of your day you feel good. You get like this endorphin high. You get this like glow. I don't know what it is, but you feel really good. I think Mindy Pels may have talked about it. It might have something to do with the cortisol being high in the morning, something like that. I forget. Yes, there's a cortisol window. Cortisol spikes 2 to 3 hours. Thank God my brain's back. Thank you, brain. After the concussion, it was really hard to remember things. I'm very nerdy. I retain a lot of information, but I just remembered 2 to 3 hours after waking up, your cortisol level spikes. And that is the opportunity to take advantage of exercising. And also during that time, you're also more insulin sensitive. So that's where you can get away with eating carbs and stuff. But trust me, try this. I notice when I would work out in the morning, my day at work would be such a breeze. I wouldn't be tired. I'd be at ease. It's going to be a challenge at first, but I promise you, when you get into that rhythm, you just feel better. Or the other thing you can do, especially if you're struggling with sleep or you just didn't sleep well the night before, you obviously want to prioritize sleep. So you can work out in the evening too. So what my tip to that is, have your bags for both scenarios. Have your bags packed, right, ready for work, and put it in the car. If you're driving to work, just have your gym bag ready in the car. You change of clothes to go, prepare it the night before, and directly from work, go to the gym. That's how you do it. Just go straight to the gym. You know, if you're hungry, grab a protein bar, something quick to eat, a banana, or have like a small snack or something. Go directly to the gym. Don't even go home. Because if you go home, it's going to be really hard for you to get yourself out of your house. So those are 2 ways you can do it. Choose one, stick to it, and you will get into a routine and it will become easy. It's how I did it. I have like old vlogs of me working out and then going to work. Like, that's how I did it, and I loved it. I like the morning too. I love the morning for sure. I just prefer the morning. I used to do it even back in the day when I was younger. I used to work out after work because that's the time when young people seem to go to the gym. We were talking with the young people. We're just like, we're annoyed because when we go to the gym at certain times, like the young people, so like the 18 to 22-year-olds, they hang out in crowds. And it's like a social hour and they stand in front of a machine. This is why I don't like, if I go to the gym on the weekends, I try to go first thing in the morning because they're not up. And my chiropractor and I were talking about that. He's like, yeah, I noticed that with the other Good Life Fitnesses. I'm like, because he goes to a different one. And I'm like, yeah, that can happen. I'm like, you just have to find the right hours. And I'm lucky right now where I'm still at home and I'm able to be at home recovering, where I can like sneak in and go to the gym at certain hours. Like today I went to the gym. I like the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour. My favorite hour is the 5 a.m. hour. However, because I was dealing with chronic fatigue, I just didn't want to screw up my sleep schedule. I'm doing better with the chronic fatigue now. But those 5 a.m. workouts are the best. And I love the 5 a.m. gym crowd because it's people who go to work. Like it's the work crowd. But these are like fit work people. So they're so into their workout. They're so focused. Like they use the machine and go. They're not dilly-daddling and having social hour around the machine. But that 5 a.m. gym crowd, oh my gosh, I love it. It's just everyone's doing their things. Everyone's focused on doing their work. No one's staring and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. I went into a rant there. I tend to do that. It was sad. Vinny and Robert all grown up. I agree. I know it was so sad when Steve Irwin passed away. I was sad for weeks. Like that hurt me. I think I was in high school when that happened. Was it grade 9 or grade 12? I can't remember, but it like broke my heart. But his legacy lives on in his kids, and like Australia Zoo is still there. That's a dream of mine. I really want to go to Australia Zoo. But Australia scares me because you guys have some wicked looking spiders and wicked looking, it's the most poisonous continent in the world because of all the I don't know what the deal is with Australia in terms of evolution and how it evolved, but like there's the most poisonous jellyfish around like the water there in the north, and then like in Australia itself you guys have like the snakes. I love snakes and all that, but when they're poisonous, it scares me. The crocs don't scare me. Okay, they should scare me, but you just kind of avoid the crocs. I'm sure they're not in the city walking around, but like the poisonous, like, and the spiders. Oh, I had to kill a spider the other day. Oh, I freaked out. It was so bad. It was like one thing I like about Alberta, there aren't a lot of bugs in the house because I'm originally from Ontario, East Coast, Toronto, New York area, kind of New York area, but it's on the East Coast. In Toronto, there's tons of like bugs. I don't do bugs. Here in Alberta, there aren't a lot of bugs, but there are massive spiders. I had to kill one the other day. My son heard me. Like one day, I'm afraid I'm gonna do a YouTube video and there's a bug, or I'm doing a live. If there's like a bug around, you guys will be in for a show. You'll see me run and freak out like a little girl. But there was this massive spider, and I was in the tub, and I was starting to bath, and it was swimming, and I couldn't kill it. And I had this like bucket, and I started damming it, and I started like beating it for hours. I was with my son. I'm like, why didn't anyone help me? And the dog's just there looking at me. And I'm like, what's the point of having you? I need a cat. I like cats because they like to kill things for fun. Oh my God, spiders. I can't. That's one thing I'm terrified to deal with when I'm living alone. Is killing bugs. My psychologist was like, just get some Raid because she's afraid of it. And she's like, dealing with like arachnophobia and these phobias, it's the easiest thing to learn in psychology. But she's like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, I don't blame you. Oh my God, I can't. But yeah, the bugs scare me. We have, the funnel web spider can kill an adult within 30 minutes without antivenom. Yep, we have the top 10 deadliest snakes in the world. Yeah, you guys do. I remember learning about that. Steve Irwin did a video on that. Yeah, you guys have a lot of poisonous stuff. Do they ever go to the cities? Like, and that funnel web spider, is that in the city too? Apparently we have black widows here in Calgary, but I've never seen one. I don't want to see one. Black widow's nothing compared with what you guys have to deal with. Like the snakes don't scare me. It's the bugs, because they could just crawl in anywhere. Like a snake you can notice, but a bug, ugh, I just can't do it. I'd cry. Yes, we do at times go. Yes, they do at times go into the cities. Ooh, wow. Do you guys have like a task force or anything that like takes care of them? I don't know. Cause I know like I watched Cecilia. I don't know if anyone knows about Cecilia Blumdahl. She has her channel. She's up in Svalbard, which is a place that's owned by Norway. It's by the North Pole. I've been into her channel lately. And like they live in like darkness for like half the time of year and they're now starting to get light. Well, they have a polar bear danger. So on their like little town's Facebook page, the government has a task force to deal with the polar bears because if the polar bears come, it can obviously, hurt somebody. Like I was wondering, do you guys have a task force to deal with the snakes and the spiders? I'd be scared. Oh, hey, Nigel. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here, my friend with the English name. Oh my gosh, you're awesome. Okay, we have snake catchers. That makes sense. That makes sense. At least catch them and keep them up because you don't want to kill them, right? Look, spiders, I'm sorry, I killed the spiders. But the snakes, no, you kind of like they're part of the ecos, like so are the spiders. Like some people will disagree with me. Yeah, fine, save the spiders, but I'm not saving it. If it's in my house, it's dead. I'm not gonna like pick it up with a little thing and walk it. No, I don't do that. It's gone. But the snakes, yeah, because you don't want to kill them because they're such an integral part of the ecosystem. Like I know Australia, I learned this through Steve Irwin. I don't know if you guys still have that problem, but with invasive species, it's like Australia is very sensitive to that. So like the snakes help to kill like invasive mice and all of that. So like snakes are a very important part of an ecosystem. Like I love snake. If I see a snake here, I would pick it up, I think. Well, in Alberta, there's poisonous snakes. In Ontario, we had like one poisonous snake. It was the Massasauga rattler snake, but you rarely saw them. But I would always pick up gardener snakes. Here, oh, the poison, we do have rattlers in Alberta, but they're in Drumheller. But I don't really see snakes here or lizards or anything. I just see big animals, moose, deer, little leopards not leopards, bobcats walking around. What are bunnies? Lots of bunnies. Coyotes. Coyotes are everywhere. They're just there, and Bo wants to play with them, and they run away from her. Just big animals here. Not so much like I love reptiles and amphibians. I'm a big reptile and amphibian girl. I love those for sure. Yeah, bears are awesome. I never seen a polar bear. It's funny because I grew up thinking polar bears were all cuddly because there was like the Coca-Cola commercials and the polar bears would like drink the Coca-Cola around Christmas time. It's like, oh, family time, Coca-Cola with the polar bears. So I always was bred to believe that polar bears were nice. They're vicious. I didn't know that. Freaking Coca-Cola convinced me with their stupid commercials that polar bears are like chill. They're not. So polar bears are deadly. I've seen a grizzly in the wild, which bears are so beautiful. I've seen baby grizzlies in the wild. I've seen black bears in the wild. I've never seen a cougar, nor do I want to, but they're a beautiful animal. I just don't want to see it because I'll be dead. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? What else have I seen? Deer, moose. I've seen a lot of wildlife since I moved out here, and I kind of love living in Alberta because of that. Like I'm a big nature girl at heart. Like I'm trying to get closer and closer to nature. Calgary's starting to turn into Toronto, so I need to keep moving. I just love nature. I love trees. I love mountains. I love all that stuff. I live for being in nature for sure. That's how people get bitten if they try to kill them. Oh, makes sense. Yeah, and you guys don't have, it's not like America, not like here in Canada. You guys don't have, your gun laws aren't, because I'm thinking in America, they just shoot the thing. But no, Australia's like Canada. You guys have gun control laws. Oh, yeah, I would run. I would run. I would totally run. I don't like snakes or spiders. I don't blame you. You live in Australia. Like I'm sure if I grew up in Australia, I would be afraid of snakes because they would kill me. Like my mom is terrified of snakes. She's from the Caribbean. So in the Caribbean, they have like poisonous snakes. Like she screams at snakes. But like for me, snakes are like cool to me. But like I understand your fear. Spiders, we can agree on that one. Ugh, no spiders. I hate spiders. Do you work out when you do 24-36 fast? I took a page from your book on doing Caroline Endgame, but when I do the 24-hour fast beyond, I have no energy to work out. Hey, no. Do not work out when you're doing the 24-hour, 36-hour fast. 24, you can do it only if you're doing an Omad style. You can do it, but if you're just using it as a strict fast, don't. I highly recommend do not working out fasted. The only workout you should do fasted is like a walk. Like the max I can do, and that was rare, was an hour walk outside, a very slow paced walk. You can do some stretching and stuff, but when you're fasting, it's time to fast. And when it's time to fast, you're supposed to be at home chilling. You shouldn't be doing too much, and you should be just like, doing other things. So when I fast, this is how I like to do my fasting routine. Wake up in the morning, I have my electrolytes, maybe I'll have apple cider vinegar and whatnot. And I spend the day kind of just getting in touch with my spiritual side. So I do spiritual things, whether it be listening to Jill Dispenza, meditating, journaling, reading a book, just kind of relaxing, sitting outside in nature if I can. It's cold right now. I don't do any exercise while fasting. I don't think it's smart to do exercise while fasting. OMAD fasting is different because you're going to eat. And let me explain OMAD, since the live stream has OMAD in its name, and TUMAD. Does it have OMAD? Yeah, it does have OMAD in its name. So like with working out with OMAD, it's a bit different because when you're fasting with OMAD, your body gets adapted and you're going to get food within like a couple hours after you working out. That's why I say with OMAD, the best time to eat when you're doing one meal a day consistently, because it's an adaptation process. You basically get so adapted to it that you get tons of energy. So you have the energy to work out, and then you eat. It's best to work out 2 to 3 hours before eating. When I did OMAD, I worked out first thing in the morning. That helped. And then I would have my coffee and I would be fine. But if you're doing prolonged fasts, do not work out. No working out. Do it on a rest day. Just schedule your fast for a rest day. So Caroline's epic end game. I'm trying to remember what was the counter? Was it 6 days? I think it's 5 to 6 days of working out. She gives you an option. So on your day off, that's when you would schedule the 24-hour to 36-hour fast. So for example, let's say your day off is Sunday and you have your last workout. Usually Caroline Gervin's last workout is like the hardest. You're on like day 5 or 6. Is Saturday. So you eat normally, you have your meal, but if you're planning to a fast, I highly recommend ending your meal the day before a little earlier. So stop eating by 6 o'clock or 6:30 p.m. So it's easier for you to fast. So if you want to throw in a 36, so you would go into Saturday night, you would stop eating at 6:30 p.m. Sunday, 6:30 p.m. comes along, that's 24 hours. You can eat, or you can prolong it to Monday morning at 6:30. So when fasting, it's best to keep in mind the time that you are ending your last meal. And you want to, that's where the fast is planned. The fast isn't planned on the day of fasting. It's actually planned the day before. So you can do it that way, and that's where you can schedule it in. I hope that helps. Yikes at rattlesnakes. Yeah, rattlesnakes, wild. At least they warn you. You have great wildlife there. Yeah, Alberta is stunning. The wildlife is so beautiful. I want to go north. I really want to go. I want to go to BC. BC has my heart for sure. I'm choosing you over the Knicks. Oh my gosh, that means a lot because I know you men like your sports. Well, thank you. I'm like taken back by that, Nigel. I'm choosing you over the Knicks game right now. It means a lot. Who are they facing? That's crazy. I'm honored. Thank you so much. I got to get back into basketball because basketball is like the only thing that's on now. Well, there's the Super Bowl, but yeah, I was watching the Raptors the other day. That means a lot. Thanks, Nigel. Oh, yeah, you could do that. But if the spider was in the water, that's the problem. My psychologist said raid because she hates them too. Raid is the best thing. They go crazy and then they die in the corner. Like, ugh. The vacuum is good too, but this spider was so big. I need to get a better vacuum. My vacuum sucks. That's it. Like when I live on my own, I need to get a vacuum and a bunch of raid. I don't do spiders. No. One thing I absolutely hate, I have not seen them in Alberta, thank God, are centipedes. Centipedes are harmless, but oh. I'm like, I need a man around to just kill bugs for me. That's like that's all I need. I just want them to help me kill bugs. That's all I want. No, I'm joking. But oh my god, I don't like I can't like centipedes. I'm trying to train my son, but my son is afraid. I'm like, you're the man, you're supposed to help me. He's only 9. I'm sure when puberty comes in and testosterone comes in, he'll be able to kill it for me, but he's afraid. I'm like, you can't be afraid too. I'm like, if you were a girl, I understand, but you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to kill. You're supposed to be the brave one. Oh, I'm so ridiculous. The vacuum kills them. Yeah, that's the thing about the vacuum. It's hit or miss. It's hit or miss. Oh my gosh. One day I will probably capture myself trying to kill a bug and it will just be entertainment because it's ridiculous. The vacuum is a struggle. It is definitely hit or miss. Sorry, I was reading the next one. Yeah, we have strict gun laws. Yeah, I remember hearing the story why Australia had strict gun laws. I heard it from, it was an Australian influencer. I used to watch him and his now ex-wife, Jamie Perkins, and his wife. His dad talked about how back in the day they were having problems with a lot of people dealing with mental health when guns were allowed, and there was a lot of that going around. So I think they made strict gun laws, if you know what I'm saying. With that, I heard about that. Me too. I cried. Oh my god, I'm in the Oh, cool! I'm in the mountains, so we have it all: snakes, spiders, and Are kangaroos dangerous? Are they? They look like they can box. Kangaroos. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. I love Omad. I love Omad too. Omad is the happy medium between fasting and eating. Like, you just have to get through that 20, 22, 23, 24 hours, but food is coming. Whereas with like a 36-hour fast or doing ADF, you have to sleep. You have to like get through. I think the hardest part with fasting is getting, like, if you've never fasted before, is getting past those first 24 hours. Once you get past those first 24 hours, it's a breeze. But yeah, ADF, it can't, like, if you're in routine with it, yeah, it will work. But it's hard because you have to go a full day, but then you wake up and you eat. But usually when I fast and then I wake up, I'm not hungry. So I usually get hungry. It's always around that 24-hour mark. That's why with OMAD, it's so beautiful because that hunger comes in depending on what OMAD you're doing, like the 22-hour mark, and then you just eat. Like OMAD is just, I'm grateful for it. It taught me how to diet. It's now teaching me how to transition into macro counting, which I'm enjoying, instead of calorie counting, which I think it's easier. I'll talk about that in another video. But I think when it comes to weight loss, I think everyone should start off with learning how to count calories and then evolve into macro counting and learning how to do that. But macro counting is definitely easier. But because calories allows you to understand the portion sizes better. It just teaches you things more about food when you count your calories. It teaches you portion control because that's the problem when it comes to obesity, gaining weight, it's portion control. That's the key. Like macros can help you do that too, but not to the same extent in terms of calories you get. Like calories, it's all about like the portion control. Macros, you can hit your macros and still have different calorie sizes, if you know what I mean. Like, let's say my macros are right now, it's like 180 protein, 200 carbs, and 72 fat. That can look different in calories, like depending on what I eat. Because I'm not always going to hit my macro number like spot on. I may be a little high or a little low. So like that's the thing with macro counting. But macro counting should be supplemented with exercise. And this is all personal trainer. My personal trainer is doing this all for me. She's giving me a nutrition plan and everything. And she's training me in a way. So this is why the macro counting works. It's all about the ratios. I'm trying to learn about it. Eventually I want to become a personal trainer. But I think the best way to become one is to learn from personal trainers. Like I'm learning from Marcella. And eventually I was talking to my chiropractor today. And we were talking about the advantages of going to a online personal training versus in-person personal training. And I see the advantages to both because then, like, I was talking about him, how I was doing, I forget what this move is called. And it would have been nice if I had someone in person to help me because my shoulder's busted. I'm probably not going to do that movement because he has a shoulder injury as well. And he's saying like, yeah, that movement isn't the best. And I'm like, yeah, because it was hurting my shoulder and I was powering through it. I got to talk to Marcella and switch that out. I'm forgetting the name. But like personal training can help you with the form and stuff. And I do struggle with that. Like my physio was helping me out yesterday because I was doing this move and I was rocking all over the place because my core wasn't stable. So he taught me to do some core stability before I work out. So before I work out, I'm doing 20 minutes now of mobility work and stability. I will activate my glutes and I would activate my core. Then I jump into my workout. So it takes me longer. And then I take a good 20 to 30 minutes to stretch post-workout. So now when I'm at the gym for 2 hours, it's not just strictly working out. It's actually doing lots of mobility work, or I'm in the sauna for a while. I didn't get to go to the sauna today, which sucks, but it's okay. I'm in the sauna like every day. I love the sauna. It's been helping me out. And then after this live stream, I need to eat. I'm only at 1,100 calories. So bad. Yeah, I did a 2MAD. I'm documenting it. I didn't mean to do a 2MAD. 2MADs are not good for my muscle hypertrophy. They're not good. But tomorrow's a rest day, so we'll be okay. When I did that 2MAD, that's what I want to talk about. I was not hungry. So, Omad, and I'm at the point where I'm metabolically healthy in terms of like my body in terms of binge eating, I am. So, I want to do an Omad tomorrow and see. I think I might do an Omad. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be hard to not have to eat a lot of food. But I want to do an Omad tomorrow. I just feel like fasting. And I think it's good, like even once you get metabolically healthy, it's still good to do fast here and there, just to keep your system in check, just to keep your body going into that state of autophagy, that state of healing, the state of repair and all that. It's still good to do that. I think so. Like fasting will forever be a part of my routine. Obviously, if you're on a weight loss journey and you're trying to lose weight, you want to fast more. So fasting can look like Omad, ADF. When I say extended fast, I think for extended fast, really doing like a big block of fasting every 3 to 4 months is good. So like, for example, when I started Omad, first month, I did 2 48-hour fasts. I did one at the beginning of the month and then one at the end of the month. Then October, I didn't do any long fasts. November, I didn't do any long fasts. Then December, I did another block of fasting with the Omad because the fasting just helps you go into deeper repair. So 24 to 36 hours is enough for fasting. I think go for 36 because the 36-hour fast is the fast that helps you break through resistant weight loss. It's like Dr. Mindy Pelz, with all the thousands of people she's coached, she noticed that what happened with people with Omad, they would hit a plateau, or people who were struggling with trying to lose like really hard weight. Every time she threw in a 36-hour fast, they would break that plateau and they would be fine. I would definitely be doing a video on it. But yes, I'm going to go back to this. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the kangaroos. The big red kangaroos get more aggressive up north in the country, and then what the Easter gray kangaroos have in my area. Oh, there's different species. Now I want to Google big gray kangaroo. That's so funny. That's crazy. I know they sell kangaroo meat here. I don't know if I can eat it. I'm like, they're too cute. I remember my doctor told me back in Toronto, because I was doing keto, and she's like, why don't you try kangaroo meat? I'm like, I don't want to eat them. They're too cute. So she's like, you don't want to eat an animal because it's too cute? I'm like, yes. She's like, that's not an excuse not to eat an animal. That was really, bro, those things are jacked. What the heck is that? That is a jacked, I don't know if you can see that. That is, whoa. That's a jacked kangaroo. It has muscle. Oh my God. Oh my, look at this thing. Look at that thing. Wow. That's creepy. Oh, okay, they're aggressive. And now I want to look at the gray ones. That thing works out. That kangaroo works out. My goodness. I kind of want to look like the kangaroo. Well, maybe not like that, but I want to be jacked. With some fat on me, of course. A little bit of fat. I don't want to be like ripped all the time. Only when I'm doing bodybuilding shows. Okay, these are the kangaroos I'm familiar with. I know this kangaroo. Yeah, I'm familiar with these ones. I've seen those ones a lot. Like, those ones are cool. But that big gray one, yeah, stay away from those. I I find water helps a little bit with hunger and trying to overcome my mind, and my mind lets me down sometimes. Yes, with the mind part, you just got to keep working at it. You just got to keep working at it. Like when you fail, it's not failure. Failure is a part of success. You just learn from it and you just keep resisting each time. The only way to get better is to go through it. But don't worry, trust me, my mind failed me many times. Keep working at it. Try to work on your mental fitness. Find ways to help yourself mentally. I just share what I do. I'm not a mental health specialist and all of that. I want to get to mental coaching, but I just share what I do. Journaling, writing down my feelings, recognizing thoughts like, if I'm doing an OMAD and I'm not really hungry, but I normally should be, and then I want to eat food, I'm like, okay, well, why do you want to eat food? You want to eat food because you're bored? Or you want to eat food because you had an argument with someone, or this happened, or something financial stressed you out? Like, you got to catch those thoughts. Because when you catch the program, that's when you're able to become in control of the program. Like, we are all running through a program. When I say a program, it's an automatic self-thought program, a program of unconsciousness. That's what we're running through. And if we can bring awareness to that, be aware of our thoughts, be aware of why we're eating, why we're doing this and why we're doing that, that's when we have power to change it. So it takes a lot of practice and stuff. Like, I've been listening to a lot of Joe Dispenza's work. He's pretty good at that. Apparently his book, Becoming Supernatural, is pretty good at that too. You'd be a great being a personal trainer too. Oh, thank you. Yes, I do want to become a personal trainer. I do. That is my goal. It is my goal. But at first, I want to take some personal training. Like, I'm working with Marcella now. I may work with one of the personal trainers at the gym I go to, because I was talking to my chiropractor about that, and there's benefits to that. I'll see, because I've been watching a few of them, and I'm like, okay, some of them work out. They look like they know what they're doing. Like, I'm not going to spend all this money on someone that doesn't know what they're doing. So, yeah, I'm going to look into that eventually. Like, I plan on spending the next 3 to 4 months in personal training. Like, I'm happy to have this opportunity. I kind of need to because of my injuries, because I'm so maxed out with all my physio exercises. I need a personal trainer to group things together in a fancy way, or whatever they do, in a way that makes my muscles grow even more. So, yeah, I'm not going to grow if I'm not training harder than last time, per se. Eastern, not Easter. Oh, it's okay. Typos happen. I typo all the time. I typo on my YouTube community posts. I should learn how to proofread, but I never proofread in school. You can do it. Oh, thanks. I did a 32-hour fast the other day. I was aiming for 36, but my mind broke me. It's okay. 32 is still a win. That's a win. I need to get strong-minded. You will. That's how you get strong-minded, by doing stuff like that, recognizing it, and trying again. Give yourself a couple weeks, or if you want to start as soon as possible, you can. Give yourself some time and go back to it. That's still good. 32 is good. You will get to 36. Trust me. Keep working at it. Oh my gosh. They get 6 feet taller, so the kangaroos. I won't eat roo meat either. Yeah, they're too cute. Yes, that looks like a red kangaroo. They're built. What do they do? Do they work out? Do they do like shoulder presses? What do they do? They're so jacked. Oh my God, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a stress. I turn the food with stress. I'm an emotional eater and boredom. Yeah. When I first got into the car accident, I was in so much pain. I turn the food when I'm in chronic pain. That's what I do. I don't know why. Ever since I had my chronic pain issues, I would just eat. Well, one of my lovely subscribers explained it to me. Basically, pain and the reward system, or pain and dopamine, are in the same parts of the mind. So basically, when you eat food and you're in pain, you get the dopamine hit, and it kind of erases that pain. It does temporarily. I'm not in pain when I eat, but as soon as I stop eating, especially when I eat crap food, I was eating fructose, lots of fructose, lots of Cadbury chocolates, McDonald's, Chinese food, takeout, all the crap food. Yeah, the pain would come back tenfold. But yeah, stress. It's learning how to make a better decision when you are stressed. And it's going to take time, and it's going to take practice. You just have to be patient with yourself with it. It really is. I'm going through this right now, dealing with a stressful individual in my life. I have to learn how to not let another person's stress influence me, or let financial stress influence me, or let like the stress of me trying to figure out my life after being out of the game for 2 years due to the car accident. Like I'm learning like to respond better to it, but it takes time and lots of like, as long as, this is what I was saying to anyone, you can get through anything as long as you believe you can. As long as you make the decision to do so, make the decision and you will find a way. Trust yourself to figure it out. You will stumble upon the way, and that's okay. There will be hard times. It sucks. I hate hard times. I hate going through it. It's hard. It's not fun, but it's a part of the process, unfortunately. But know that every time you get through it, you get stronger and you get better. Like moments that you feel like you're going to break, those are the moments where you're going right before a breakthrough. I always say this, it always gets darkest right before the dawn. It always gets hardest right before that breakthrough. So just hang in there. And you got to like train yourself and tell yourself that. That's how I get to. That's how I talk to myself, really. But yes, they they lean back on their tail and oh my god, and do kickboxing. That is so funny. These kangaroos. Oh my gosh. Ah, that makes sense. Yes. Anyway, everyone, well, I just want to say hit that like button to help me out. Thank you all for joining me today on this live stream. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I need to go eat now. I need to go eat another, oh my god, I think 800 calories, but I'm not counting calories. I have a lot of protein to eat. But I appreciate you guys joining me for today's live stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Should be a video. I'm going to get a video going for you guys because I'm not going to the gym and I'm staying home all day. But yes, well, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you. Have a great day. From sending you mad love from here, from Canada, over there to Australia. You have a lovely day, and everyone else have a lovely evening. Send you guys mad love. Take care. Bye. Anytime.